What is he in for this Saturday night?
A rude awakening. A rude awakening for sure. He just doing what he has to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that, but...
Lamont Roach isn't here for the hype. He hears the talk, the doubts, the predictions. People are already writing him off, calling him just another name on Gervonta Tank Davis's knockout list. Another victim waiting to be put to sleep before the real fight even begins. But Roach isn't buying into the narrative. He's stepping into the Barclays Center on Saturday night with one mission: to shock the boxing world and prove he's no cherry-picked opponent. And in his mind, Tank is in for a fight like never before. This time, the knockout won't come easy. Roach is ready to push Davis to the limit, force him to dig deep, and make him unleash every weapon in his arsenal. Because when that bell rings, it's not just about survival, it's about making a statement.
I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fight.
You all are going to see it on March 1st, because he won't have a choice but to use it. Roach isn't just talking. He's sending a message loud and clear to everyone who doubts he'll last against Baltimore's knockout king. He's not backing down. He's not scared of Tank's absurd KO ratio. In fact, Roach sounds like a man who sees what others don't. A weakness in Tank's game, a pattern he can break, a flaw he can exploit. But not everyone's buying it. The critics are quick to fire back. Tank Davis isn't just a knockout artist, he's a wrecking machine. His record is nearly flawless, his power undeniable. And while Roach may see himself as the scientist who transforms into the Hulk when the bell rings, the reality is harsh. He's never faced a fighter like Tank before.
I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog. And he want to prove his skills against a dog. So I'm gonna show y'all what happens when two dogs in the ring together. And,
This isn't some backyard sparring match. This is the biggest moment of Roach's career against the deadliest finisher in the division. And history? It hasn't been kind to fighters who thought they could outbox or overpower Tank Davis. Just ask Jamel Herring. Back in 2019, Herring nearly put Roach on the canvas before cruising to a unanimous decision victory. That fight alone raises serious doubts about Roach's durability. If Herring, a solid but not devastating puncher, could push Roach to the edge, what happens when Tank, a certified wrecking machine, starts unloading? That's the shadow looming over Roach's confidence. Can he really survive when the storm hits? Or is he just the next name on Tank's ever-growing list of victims?
Roach and him, back and forth battles and whatnot. It's going to be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight. And I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
But Roach isn't listening to the doubt. He's locked in, focused on the work. Moving up from 130 to lightweight, he's convinced the extra weight will change everything. More power, more strength, more durability. We're just getting stronger and faster. We don't have to cut as much weight, which gives us room to push harder, to be more explosive, Roach explained. He's not just stepping into the ring, he's stepping in at his absolute peak. And then there's the mind game. Roach isn't only betting on his own improvements, he sees cracks in Tank's camp. Calvin Ford, Tank's longtime trainer and the mastermind behind his rise, won't be in his corner on fight night. That's not just a minor detail. It's like ripping the captain off a ship right before a storm. Roach knows it. And he plans to take full advantage.
Training camp's been great, man. I've been working my ass off. I've been putting myself through hell, putting myself through fire. Also, on March 1st to come out victorious.
Roach isn't dismissing the obvious. Tank is dominant. But even dominance has patterns. More than likely, he said when asked if Ford's absence would be an advantage. It's a little weird, right? You've been with your trainer your whole career and now he's not in your corner? That might be a difference maker. You never know. And Roach sees more than just a missing voice in Tank's corner. He sees a pattern in Tank himself. The slow starts, falling behind on the scorecards, relying on that one-punch eraser to fix everything. It's a formula that's worked time and time again. But what if that punch doesn't land clean? What if Roach, with his slick movement and sharp counters, builds an early lead and forces Tank into deep waters? That's the scenario Roach is betting on. make it ugly, drag Tank into a fight he doesn't want, survive the storm and make history. It's a long shot, but Roach, he's all in. But if Roach is right, if he drags Tank into deep waters, exposes his flaws, and forces a real fight, everything changes. Despite the doubts, Roach believes he has the answers. I've been here before. The tables will turn. Mark my words, he declared. Maybe he's bluffing. Maybe he sees something the world doesn't. But one thing is certain. He's not coming to Brooklyn to lose.
Fight him like a dog, and he said, I'm gonna try to knock him out. If he talking about retiring, I'm gonna try to retire his ass early. A lot of people think that that's the wrong game plan. I agree. I don't think it's gonna work,
But if Roach is right, if he survives the early rounds, exposes Tank's flaws, and turns this into a real dogfight, everything changes. Despite the doubts, Roach remains convinced he has the answers. I've been here before. The tables will turn. Mark my words, he declared, leaving no room for hesitation. Maybe he's bluffing. Maybe he truly sees something the world doesn't. But one thing is certain. He's not coming to Brooklyn to lose. And behind all that confidence stands his father, Lamont Roach Sr., a man who has prepared for this moment his entire life. As he steps into Brooklyn's Barclays Center, where dreams are made and shattered, he knows Bernard Roach is watching. We saw it. We believed it. We achieved it, Roach Sr. says, his voice filled with both pride and sorrow. Bernard Roach was a very good man.
It'd be like, I don't know, it just go clips, like you see how like man him was talking and then somebody else talked, like his crew. That's what get me up. Like that's what make me like. I always want to prove to somebody that I'm.
For Roach Sr., this isn't just another fight. It's the culmination of years of sacrifice. A chance to prove that Lamont Jr. is more than just an underdog, more than just another name on Tank's record. The world sees this as another easy win for Davis, another knockout for his highlight reel. But inside the Roach camp, the belief is unshakable. This time, things will be different. Roach Sr. carries his mentor, Bernard Roach, with him everywhere. Though Bernard passed in 2017, his wisdom, his relentless drive to mold champions, still fuels those he trained. And now as Lamont Jr. prepares for the most dangerous puncher in boxing, Roach Sr. leans on those lessons more than ever. He's with me. His spirit is here, Roach Sr. says. He would be so excited for this moment, but I know he's watching. Bernard's impact was undeniable in 2023 when Lamont Jr. won the WBA junior lightweight title against Hector Luis Garcia. With the fight on the line in the final round, Roach Jr. delivered a knockdown that secured victory. Roach Sr. insists that moment was guided by Bernard's spirit. In the last round of that championship fight, I lifted my shirt with Bernard's picture on it, Roach Sr. recalls. He is watching. This one is for him. And then there was the voice. I just had this feeling like something was going on. I think that was him telling us, don't let up.
The mental preparation going with Lamont. Fans, they kind of sleeping on Lamont, but you know.
Yeah, people don't know him, but Lamont is a good fighter. Like he ain't no slouch. Like I fought him in an amateur thing.
And the reality is, if Roach wins, everything changes, not just for him, but for his family. It's not just a fight, it's a life-altering moment. After I win, my life and my family's lives will change drastically for the good. It's a simple yet powerful statement. Roach isn't just fighting for himself. He's fighting for his family, his city, and for the respect he feels has been denied to him. Beating Davis wouldn't just be an upset. It would be career-defining, taking Roach from a solid champion to a household name. And in camp, he's been preparing like a man who knows exactly what's at stake. His sparring partners have been hand-picked to mimic Davis's style, throwing speed, power, and relentless aggression at him. Roach has been holding his own, focusing on movement, defense, and keeping the fight in the center of the ring. Standing still against Davis is a death sentence, so he's training to stay elusive while still landing sharp counters. His father, Lamont Roach Sr., has been the driving force in keeping him mentally locked in. The elder Roach is a no-nonsense, trainer who blocks out the outside noise. No distractions, no doubts.